start with this piece. This is a maple burl. Looks like it has some lace features. It's an absolutely beautiful wood. Has a little bark and a natural edge feature to it.
That's a dieter's bowl.
It's a dieter's bowl. So very well balanced. It's pretty thin. The edge comes to a nice fine edge, which is really nice. It's a really nice satin finish. It's really a nice piece. The thickness is really nice too.
We're just talking about Brandon.
Oh, sure. We have a very well proportioned balance piece. I like the proportion of the flat rim, the rim treatment. The inside is really nice and smooth. Probably a combination of gouge and a scraper to get a really fine, smooth finish. There's no undulations at all. This is Alan. Alan is a professional turner. So all gouge work.
All rough and gouge, the whole thing.
No, gouge in space.
Little OG on the sides with a really beautiful base. It's an architecturally beautiful base, turned inside with wood burned type of wood in his signature. That's a beauty. Really pretty piece. I have to look at who makes these before I start talking. Another Allen piece. Okay. Allen is really known for his decorative edge treatments. It is really cool to have that beautiful curve with a contrasting edge treatment. That is really captivating. And it's not too thick, it's just a nice accent. So that's really well balanced, I think, in my mind. Beautiful inside, no undulations at all, nice and smooth. Rounded rim, which gives it a nice soft appearance. Great curve. Alan's got a great eye for shape and curve. And again, a really decorative base.
Well, that's Frank Penn. I had texturing, but right in here, I didn't pull it in quite enough. Right in there.
So, nice satin finish. You can feel the wood. So that's a really pretty piece. Joe Bradshaw. Nice, good sound piece. Edge treatment. Little easy to hold. It's undercut on the rim a little bit. Nice round curve here. A little high right there. If I would have to pick something out, maybe just soften that up a little bit. Balanced base. Base is proportioned. It's got some texturing around the rim. I think the texturing, if you do put it on here, this works because it's on the upper half. Texturing down low doesn't look so good, I don't think, because it can weight the bowl down visually. But texturing up high is always really nice.
Discovered you don't want to go fast on texturing. Texturing gets really hot.
Yeah. And this is probably mineral oil finish.
Yeah.
Mineral oil finish. So a nice natural feel to it.
Burnt is a texture too.
We have spalted maple. Pretty lidded piece. What's kind of cool when you have a lid and the lines match up. So you have a kind of decorative section here that follows through to the lid. That's cool to see. And you put a finial up here or do something versus flat, but that's an artist's choice on how to finish that top part. And a base, so it sits up off the table, which is nice. You wouldn't want necessarily to have it sit flat, so artist's choice to put a base on there lifts that piece up, which is nice, and it's finished, it's coved on the bottom. The inside is just basically squared down on the sides, which is okay. Sometimes you'll see it where it's just a coved inside, you know, just a round bowl shape inside. So that's a choice of whoever makes this. Just a basic little walnut piece, turn bottom, little rim, little decorative ring on the bottom. It's nice, and it's thin. It feels balanced. It's not, doesn't feel clunky at all. So a little basic shape. All right. Have a fun carved base. That sticks out right off the bat as probably a turn section and carved with a reciprocating carver or hand carving tool. It's not signed. It's balanced.
Show the bottom?
Do it.
You show the bottom again? Thank you.
The inside would be, if you could take a sharp scraper maybe on its end and just bring it out and maybe true up the inside to give it a really flat finish on the inside. There's some ridges there. Okay. Okay. Well, you sanded it very nicely. It's beautifully sanded, really smooth. This is Tracy's piece. I talked earlier to Tracy, and he gave a shot at a really spalted, really decayed piece of wood. And these can be really pretty. There's some risk in messing with this because it's so brittle. It takes really sharp tools, and you have to vary your speed to try to keep it from breaking apart. So.
It's called firewood.
Firewood. You know, these broken pieces you can really learn from. And over the years, you end up accumulating these.
I think
It's kind of interesting.
That's right.
I'm sure you do too. You gotta order these. Just keep them, and you know, I've had pieces break off the top, and I'll just cut that off and create a little something on the. It'll be this tall, but it'll be finished. Need to waste wood. Is this new, Norm?
Yes.
Okay, Norm's piece. Norm is doing some really creative work. That's captivating. It's very intriguing. It's great to have a piece that somebody looks at and wants to keep looking at and try to think about it and figure it out.
Looks like a pipe.
Norm's developed a great eye for curve and shape. We're doing a nice turn bottom, which is really pretty. Took the time to carve these, whatever these are.
The carving didn't take much time. The sanding took forever.
Yeah.
So inside is nice and smooth.
What kind of wood?
Big leaf maple.
So actually a very creative, interesting piece.
Good.
Like
And that's darker with the finish?
What kind of finish is it?
Yeah.
What?
What kind of finish is it?
It's actually the stuff they were selling at Greensboro.
Oh, that
Flaxseed
gold,
oil.
the gold stuff or whatever it is.
Yes.
Flaxseed oil was thinner?
No, it's got some kind of hardener in it. I can't remember what it is.
Okay. What kind of wood is that? What kind of wood is it?
That I don't know, that's why it's not signed.
That's a nice piece.
It's an Oreo wood. I mean, it's rainforest
Almost
wood
looks
or
like-
tropical wood.
Okay.
Was it something off the beach, Mike?
No, it's
It's basic
I
piece.
buy wood from a guy down in St. Petersburg, and this is Floribunda something Floribunda. I don't remember the name of it. I can't get one of his flyers to pick the name off it.
Pretty.
I rough turned that piece and then boiled it and then microwaved it. It took me 9 days to finish that piece from a block of wood.
Okay. It really is nice, actually. The sides are beautifully finished. It's got a slightly coved base, and it's really balanced. It's not too thick. It's got the right proportion on the base.
Like fogwood.
No, it's not hardwood.
Look at this piece here.
I wish it was.
That's mine as well.
Okay, a little OG curve with undercut rim. And just a, you know, just a fun textural, structural piece. You know, feels good. It's not heavy. It's just you want to hold that piece. It's nice. It's got some curl on the inside. And the base diameter is the right proportion for the shape. But I don't know, if you put a little more lift here, that might add some, accentuate that base a little bit. If that were lifted up a little more wood was taken off there. But that's a fun piece. I think this is another one of Norm's pieces. This is pecan crotch. And gorgeous piece of wood. I wonder where you got that wood.
Could be from a 150-year-old pecan tree.
But it's fun to, on a crotch, to capture the crotch in the middle of the piece. That is really cool. I love to see when you can capture that crotch section.
That's the
And
challenge.
it's really artistic, and even however well you dry it, you can still feel it. It's textured a little bit where it's dried.
It was a joy to rough turn that piece. It was hard to finish turn it. It was like turning rock.
Pecan is so hard, but even on the upper edge here, which is kind of cool, you captured some of the lighter heartwood, contrasting to the really hard heartwood here, and he's got the curl ripping through there. So that's really cool. And you really captured that view when you cut the wood. And once you cut your block, you've pretty much established what you're going to get there. So that's a really cool piece. Norm is doing some beautiful work. This is one of my pieces. That was actually a demo that I ended up finishing. Actually, I think it was here last year. And I just took it home and I rechucked it and finished it. So just a natural edge deal. I mean a olive vessel, excuse me. Ambrosia maple. I like a small bottom. I don't know, I just like the decoration of the small base. And I like more lift here, like up 2/3 and then in a third, and then a proportional hole. I don't like a real tiny hole because it doesn't look right. If it's too big, I don't think it looks right either. So here's a little burl. This is cool. Cottonwood burl. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
It's not well sanded.
Okay. These are great little, you can experiment, do all kinds of stuff with little burl offcuts.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's what we got in the wrap there. Thanks the map.
This is walnut. Isn't that interesting? Got a beautiful dominant dynamic rim area, and kind of a where you can just grab it there. It's nice. Comes to a fine edge here, which is always nice to see, a fine edge on your rim treatment. And again, a nice curve, balance, just comes right above the tabletop with a proportional base. And just balance. It's a nice structural piece. Norm's doing some beautiful work. We're going to get a demo one of these times.
The thing about that shape, Chris, if you bring that back, so I roughed it out, and that's where I get the idea. In the roughing is where I get the idea for the outer shape. Then I was all so proud of it. And then I went to the inside, and I was completely lost as to how to compensate for that shift.
Right.
You just got to curve in.
I think you got it.
Okay.
I think you got it. Yeah, it's nice, and it feels good. You know, you want to feel tactily to pick a bowl up and have it feel good. Being able to cup that is nice.
Well, thank you.
Alrighty. This is another one of mine. I got into doing flares. I call it a flare. It's a burl. If you have a log and you have a burl growing around the middle of it, I just cut the burl in half, and then it's end grain, so I just use the kind of the straight grain, and this becomes where the burl was. And it's just cherry. I always turn the bottom, so I reverse turn it to do the bottom.
The pith is below that?
Pith is right through it. You can actually, pith is right here.
Oh, okay.
I do use rosewood dust and super glue to seal any cracks. I've used rosewood dust super glue for years, and it allows me to keep the piece. Otherwise, it wouldn't be.
Where do you get rosewood dust?
I just take a block of rosewood and I grind it with a sandy disc, and I create a little bucket of rosewood dust. These are little wine cork removers. And these are these Maryland? Oh, okay.
Multi-axis.
Multi-axis corkscrews.
Seemed like they fit the hand pretty good.
Did you have a workshop on that? Coming up this Saturday?
You know, oh, these are so cool.
Is that full up?
Fits absolutely perfectly on your hands. That is really cool. I like those a lot. And that's
Wine that you have to drink before you got
what kind of wood? What kind of wood is that? What kind of wood is that?
Babinga
Babinga. Okay.
and maple.
Beautiful. Really, really nice.
Babinga's pretty great.
Is your workshop full up this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's booked.
Oh, and we have a. Let's see. A gavel. A gavel.
Yeah, camel.
A gavel. Beautiful. And that wraps it up.
No, peppermill.
We got here.
If it's a peppermill.
This one? Okay. Ambrosia maple. Ambrosia maple.
The box?
Peppermill? Oh, peppermill. Very cool. And that lines up to have those lines line up. That's beautiful. Gorgeous use of the wood. Pretty shape. I mean, just a basic shape. Little finial on top. And peppermill mechanics inside. That's, I don't know. I just like simple, basic shapes that feel good. That's balanced. We do have some, I'm not sure, these are little, what are these? What are they?
Looks like bookmarks.
Bookmarks, okay. Little turned gems, I guess. I don't know what these are.
They're bookmarks. They're bookmarks. Not mine.
Bookmarks. Oh, Ed. Okay. And you turn that portion.
Right.
What is that material?
Dyed.
Watch out, we just put that there tonight.
And that's wood, right? Dyed wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of it's plastic. There's at least one that's plastic that's blue.
Okay. All right.
It's a great Christmas project for scraps.
Save little offcuts and make decorative small pieces.
Where'd you get the kits? Where'd you get the kits?
Very cool. Very
You can get them at, I think Craft Supply sells those, yeah.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.